So this is where my story begins, kind of. This is me circa 1990. And as a kid, I had many loves, but I loved music and I loved heart-shaped sunglasses. I'm an only child. I grew up in Rochester, New York, which is in, depending on who you ask, upstate or Western New York. But both of my parents are originally from Puerto Rico. So I had a bicultural childhood. And growing up biculturally presented some challenges, but it presented a lot of advantages as well. And my parents, like many people, came to the States for a better life. There were more job opportunities. And so these are my folks. This is my dad, Luis, or Louis, and my mom, Luce, or Lucy. And I grew up in a pretty musical household. My father plays guitar, my mom is a singer, my grandmother's a singer. And so from an early age, I started taking singing lessons and dance lessons and piano lessons and just loved music. And we would often make trips down to Puerto Rico. So my family's from Caguas. And I would get to visit family and just kind of have this totally different experience when I was on the island with the food and the music and the culture. And I really loved those trips. This is a photo that I took soon after Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico. And I wanted to portray an image that could capture what it's like to be bicultural. And so she's dressed in the Puerto Rican flag, and the tears are due to the devastation that happened after the hurricane hit. So as a kid, even though I loved music, I was naturally pretty shy. And pretty early on, I was terrified of making mistakes in those like early recitals that I would do. And so I had this conflict around loving music, but also being nervous about expressing myself musically. So the first time I got to experience a parranda, which is sort of the Puerto Rican version of Christmas caroling, it kind of changed my life because I got to see the way that music really connects people, and everyone participates in parrandas, and it doesn't matter your skill level, everyone's a musician, everyone sings, everyone dances, and there's a lot of mofongo. So this is mofongo. It's made of plantains, and it's filled with magic and deliciousness, and it's a traditional Puerto Rican dish, often served during the holidays. Let's just look at it. And so, so you know, we would go to Puerto Rico, and the more I had this exposure to people just connecting through music, I saw the beauty and the power that music has to promote bonding and to really build community. And so it really helped me evolve as a singer-songwriter, as a performer, and to kind of get over that fear of making a mistake or, you know, singing the wrong words or playing the wrong chord. And so I wanted to kind of take this to another level. And so I became a board-certified music therapist. And there's my board certification. I worked hard for that. And so music therapy is the use of music to address non-musical goals by a credentialed professional within a therapeutic relationship. And we use music to address physical goals, cognitive goals, social, emotional. And this is a great picture that kind of shows the very unique way that music activates different parts of the brain. And this is why it can be such a powerful medium to use with in treating all sorts of ailments or folks that have any type of disability. And I loved this. I wanted to share this as well because these are just some of the benefits of singing. Simply singing can lower your blood pressure, can decrease anxiety. I sang all the way here in my car. And it releases endorphins, so it's a really powerful thing. So now as a music therapist, I have my own practice and I work with all ages and all abilities, and this is one older woman that I work with, and she does have a musical background. She has advanced Alzheimer's, and we use music to support her cognition, to help her connect with her family and her friends. This was a story that was in 7 Days about a year ago. This is someone that I used to work with, and she has Rett syndrome, and she uses a little device you can see there. It's an eye gaze device, so she can play instruments using her eyes, which is such a beautiful thing. And so we worked on her motor skills and cognitive skills. This was taken at the Love Your Brain retreat, which is a great retreat that happens up in Zeno Mountain for traumatic brain injury survivors. So I got to lead some drum circles with them, and we did some group songwriting, and I collaborated with an art therapist to help them share their stories. And this is over at Ethan Allen Residence in the New North End, and I do a weekly group with the seniors there. And everyone in this picture has, some form of memory impairment, and everyone in this picture is able to participate and be successful and play an instrument and sing along and move to the music. So this is really my main message, and I really wanted to share this message that you are musical, especially for the people, and I hear this a lot, that believe they can't carry a tune, they can't keep a beat, usually because somebody maybe early on told you that. But don't believe that. As humans, we are musical beings. We have a pulse and a heartbeat. And I think this is important because music connects us. And I think we are in a time right now when we really need more and more things and experiences that can connect all of us. So I feel that it's really important to put yourself out there, get out of your comfort zone, and give yourself permission to sing, to dance, play an instrument if you've been thinking about learning an instrument, but maybe you felt a little, uncomfortable about it. And give yourself permission to go to Puerto Rico and have some mofongo. Thank you.